absolutely dreadful.
Daddy spunky little cunt. I am proud to be stupid.
Tonight on Brass Eye, are we in a state of irreversible decline? What's the reason? What can be done about it? And if there is a solution, who on earth is going to put it into action?
Or is everything just great? Good evening. Now, this is the nerve centre of tonight's programme. To help paint a true picture of the state of Britain, we have live surveillance cameras out. One of them has a reporter stuck on the front. Austin Tasseltine. Austin, what are you doing?
I'm at a garage in the centre of Clapton in London, which is raided every 35 minutes, day and night. So we hope that during the next half hour or so, we may well see some action here this evening.
We certainly do. Now, just 5 minutes ago, we received these disturbing pictures from a camera in a playground. They show an apparently innocent-looking children's game, which is, in fact, an exchange of drugs. There they go. And if you think about it, those two children are extremely lucky not to have been killed to bits.
The State of Britain. 1996. What is the true state of Britain? Basking in rude health?
Or sick to the guts. It's the moral-mometer now reading less than 2 morals per head, due to massive value hemorrhage. Some would say Tish and Fipsy, but others wouldn't, due to repeat woundings from weapons like this and this.
This is where pop happens. And pop is always looking for trouble. The new single by Blouse is a song of love to Myra Hindley, and it's caused more stink than a bomb in one of those holes in the ground at a rock festival that everybody shits in.
When I saw your photo in the press, I thought, is she blonde under her dress? I thought, I hope they make her take off her dress for the next one. But they didn't even know it would be so much better if I had them write it out of a fag.
Myra Hindley is a very complex woman, you know, and this song is about her hair.
I used to have your picture in the toilet. I wanted you to see my naked body and oil it, but my mother had to catch me and spoil it.
And I don't think even you could have given me more murder.
I don't think there's a single reference in the song to her brain, which I think maybe add a slight problem.
Every time I see your picture, Myra, I have to phone my latest girlfriend and fire her. I find a prostitute that looks like you and Myra. Oh, your Myra.
I do think if somebody's gone and bought this record, just because of the fuss that's been made about it, I think they should throw it away. And then they should go and buy another copy because they like the song.
You better watch out, lady, I'm gonna have your lady. Just because I want her, just because I can get her and you can't. It's a pogo on that, you twat.
Traditionally, we turn to the Bible for help, but now even that's been devalued by those who used to espouse it.
Terry Waite, once special envoy to the Archbishop of Canterbury, has been paid £2 million to write a 5th gospel to replace the existing 4.
Jesus didn't know he was Jesus until he'd been chained to the radiator for some time.
Are we now utterly without guidance? How else do you explain the popularity of events like this?
Next week, Peter Sutcliffe takes to the West End stage to star in a musical of his own life.
On day release from Broadmoor Prison, Sutcliffe has been rehearsing intensively for 3 months. The role includes singing police chases,
You'll never get me in the slammer.
but finishes with Sutcliffe atoning for his crimes.
And I really am so very truly sorry.
Co-star Marigold Blenny says he's a kind man with a sense of humour.
I mean, you see how dark it is here. I mean, he's always jumping out at you. Oh, like this.
So what's the audience going to make of it?
I think they'll go away thinking, Maybe he's really a misunderstood man. Maybe that, 20 years ago he was taking the piss.
But not everyone sees the positive side.
Peter Sutcliffe is allowed out under police escort from Broadmoor to perform a work about his own life in musical form. The catch is, you see, he appears on stage and he says, I'm sorry.
I don't care what he's saying. Don't he say he's forfeited his rights to society by doing so much damage to society?
His agent says it's a...
His agent? What a game he's got here.
Yeah, I know.
What an agent?
Well,
a man who is in jail for life.
The producer of the show. The producer of the show.
Well, there shouldn't be a show.
Should we revive our ailing culture, or should we just put it out of its misery? Or should we bring it back to life and then shoot it for letting us down so badly? You haven't got a clue, have you? But you will do if you watch for 30 minutes. Now, if you want to take part in the programme and let us know what you think of Britain's state of decline, then please do make use of our phones. Just like to check at that garage where there could be an incident at any moment. Austin Tasseltine is there. Austin, anything... Austin, oi! Anything happened?
No, nothing. Well, I mean, earlier on there was a small incident with a pen, but no, nothing serious, no.
Can you tell me exactly what you mean by a small incident with a pen?
Well, we don't know for sure.
So why mention it?
Just, it was a small incident, that's all, with a pen.
Thanks, Austin. Well, now to shocking events that have actually happened, as we lift the whistle on drugs in the workplace and show how employees at Shaftesbury's Jams in Colchester are using illegal high drugs on a daily basis.
Shaftesbury's Jam has run at a profit since 1977. Staff are encouraged to use cannabis, cocaine, crack and heroin whenever they feel the need. It's the weekly production meeting. The new product, Loganberry Jam, is behind schedule.
Yeah, there is a delay. It's a twofold problem, really. I needed a clearer indication from marketing about 5 weeks ago of the shape of jar that we were going for. If I'd had it then, we'd only be about a week behind now. But
I've got a couple of points I'd like to make here. I mean, Graham's lead times are way too long.
They're not my lead times. These are the times given to me by the company.
The company has used drugs to improve its performance for the past 17 years.
Far too long. That's what's holding us up.
Exactly.
An hour later, the drugs are speeding efficiency and decision-making. The odd shirt is changed as old veins are damaged, and a small vomiting has taken place.
There's no conceivable way we can make a profit. It's pretty fucking simple.
The only problem seems to be Matthew, a new recruit from Spiller's Dog Foods, who's inexperienced at crack.
Prestige jam, and that's what we've done.
He's beginning to suffer.
Having 75% fruit content.
We do still have a prestigious product, Mandy, but I'm afraid I must agree with Matthew on this point. Because of financial restraints, our hands are tied.
What if the lids were berry-shaped?
OK.
We could have berry-shaped lids.
No, we'll start at 70%, and then over a 2-year period, we'll decrease to a 55%.
18 months.
I don't see how we can do that.
Well, because of our restraints, I'm afraid.
Run it.
Go with what I've decided. And I've decided that we'll start at 70%, and over a 2-year period, we'll reduce to 55%.
18 months.
No, I think 2 years has got to be the period, Matthew. I think 18 months is too short a time. Next business. Apricots. More jar trouble, Graham.
Yeah. They're breaking. It's just it's a temperature control. Jam's coming out about a couple of degrees hotter than normal. Just really got to work on the thermostat of the valves. We should be all right.
It's nothing to do with the German machinery.
No, the machinery's fine. With the machinery itself.
In time, Matthew will learn his level. With company profits still rising, it is unlikely that anyone here will want to change the chemistry.
Married her. What does he expect? We're back live now, going to that garage which we're expecting to be raided at any second. Austin Tasseltine is there. Austin, anything happened?
Nothing.
No violence or stabbings?
None at all, Chris, no.
What about those men behind you? What are they doing?
I think they're just buying some petrol.
Are you sure?
Are you buying some petrol?
Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks, Austin. Well, if that apparently innocent-looking purchase did turn into a shooting, then this is what it would look like. Now, according to experts, that's exactly what would happen.
We certainly hope so, yes.
Belt up. I'm sitting opposite a man. He knows nothing. He talks all the time. The result is he's a trenchant buffoon. He has no idea how to present television shows. He looks ridiculous in that fashion wear. He swans around all the time hoping that people will recognise him, when in fact nobody's even remotely interested. He's taking up enough time on this show already, and he hasn't even opened his mouth. God knows why he's here. I've nothing to ask the guy. And for all I know, he may well be a bit of a Coco Shunter too. Darkus, how?
What's a Coco Shunter?
Coco Shunter, that's just what I've got. Oh, sorry, that's the introduction to Robert Elms. Sorry, do you know Robert Elms? I've just read out the introduction to Robert Elms. She just caught fire. It wasn't my fault. Back to our live cameras now. Austin Tasseltine is at that garage. We're expecting to be raided at any moment now. Austin, any incidents yet?
There's still nothing going on here, Chris, apart from young Seagull that seems to have broken into the booth and is making the man there rather unhappy.
Fucking bird.
In a few minutes, has even our sense of fair play been eroded? News expos on's the growing fashion for torturing golf caddies.
There's what they call a tea sandwich. And you hear that question, do you want tea? And that means just 20, 25 golf tees, mixture of wood and plastic in 2 big hunks of bread. And you're forced to eat that.
The broadcaster and entertainer Clive Anderson has been shot dead by television host Noel Edmonds at his house in Cornwall this evening. Police attended the incident but were prevented from entering the grounds by machine gun fire. From Cornwall, Vivian Banch reports.
The incident took place at around 7:30 during dinner when Mr. Edmonds produced an automatic weapon and began shooting indiscriminately at his guests.
One servant witnessed the bloodbath but managed to escape intact.
I came round the grounds, round the back way, and then got through the fence over here.
Any idea why Edmonds has done this?
No idea. He's never done it before.
An hour later, Edmonds appeared at a top window with blood on his face and threw what may have been a head onto the ground below. It is not known what happened to the other guests, but Edmonds has now taken up position on his roof with an armoury of precision weapons. Less than half an hour ago, he was seen firing a rocket launcher at a wedding party over a mile away. The estate is now surrounded, but police fear he may take to the air in a helicopter gunship and start spreading his massacre over hundreds of miles.
The world of show business has tonight reacted with sadness and horror.
Well, I just heard a rumour about it. I don't know what's happened at all.
Apparently Clive Anderson was shot.
Clive Anderson was shot? By who? Not
by Noel Edmonds, yeah.
What? No.
I'd say there's no excuse. None whatsoever.
And if Edmonds is still inside the house?
Well, just shoot him. I mean, people like me, we're supposed to be rascals. But it's your Edmonds, your Thomas Hamiltons, your Hungerford Guy, all so-called nice people.
They ought to shoot him off the roof as quickly as possible.
Yes.
And there'll be an update at 11:30 after our next scheduled programme.
Coming up, can our decline be blamed on God?
This is the house of God. So where's the landlord? It's infested with rot. I doubt if he's paid a visit in 20 years. These people, look at them. They're nothing more than tenants in a dead man's shack. That idiot pukes it out and they hoover it up like sick puppies. Just a second, Father. When did you last check your facts? My point entirely. We've had this book analysed. It reads like the ramblings of a drugged horse. The question tonight, is God confused like his prating truth pimps, or is he dead?
The Catholic Church is in turmoil after an apparition claiming to be Christ drunkenly cursed pilgrims at a holy site in Yugoslavia.
He called us fucking idiots and said drink St. Peter's piss.
Cardinal Hume was badly shaken by the vision and today issued what could be a resignation statement, saying, "It was bad enough to see him curse like a footballer, but I lost my faith completely when he farted on my balls."
Welcome back. I was about to read out some of this drivel that you've been phoning in all evening, but luckily we've been saved from that because there has been an incident at that garage. Nothing more than a seagull attack when we were last there, but it's got a bit more dramatic. Austin Tassel time. What's happened?
Things have become completely exciting here because the ferocity of the seagull became very unpleasant towards the man, and the man panicked and started shooting at it with some flaming lighter fuel. That's when I thought, no, because back garage, and the bird caught fire and smashed through the window into the forecourt next to a man who was filling up his car with petrol. And at this point, I find myself flying through a hedge with precaution. The garage man produced an air pistol and started shooting at the bird, but instead he hit the man in the knee. And the man, I think, must have wheeled around and sprayed absolutely everything with petrol because when the bird blew up, the whole place went sky high. And I've certainly never seen any... I mean, I'm not sure if this is a true disaster or just a cross between a very unpleasant event and a rather stupid one.
Thank you.
This is the Frankie Fraser madometer, right? So it's a low miff down here, a mad as a lorry up that end, and all the stages in between. Some examples, right? Somebody gives you a bit of verbal GBH of the ear roll. Is that low?
That's low, yeah.
That's low, OK, so that might go there. Some Herbert's touching up your bird.
Wouldn't like that, no.
OK, fondled by a nonce.
Oh, he'd suffer for that.
Right, OK, so that might be up here. Being grassed up to the filth.
That would have to go up here.
Right up here. OK, now I'm interested to see what happens now. Reading about a pervert who interferes with the kids.
Well, if you had another one further along here...
So that can go actually off the scale?
Yeah.
All right, and I just want to...
Anything go with him.
Anything at all?
Anything.
Right. Here you are being grassed up to the filth. How would you feel if you there had accidentally grassed yourself?
Well, that's my own fault in the beard, wasn't it?
So that will make you less mad?
Well, if I've accidentally grassed yourself, you'd have yourself to blame. But how on earth could you grass yourself?
I don't know, you might have got drunk or something, you might have given yourself away.
No way, no, you don't do that. That can't happen, no. We're too experienced now.
Was there ever a time when you weren't experienced?
Never, no.
Do you think you were born experienced enough not to grass yourself?
I think so, yeah.
Whatever our state of decline, there's no denying the power of miracles to focus hope. Moss Staples has been to Ireland, where he done this. Ballacreen, rural, pastoral and peaceful. The last notable event here was in 1792, when the nationalist Patrick Duggan single-handedly besieged the British Army until it starved to death. But for that, Ballacreen wouldn't bother a single map.
Or a guidebook. There's only one entry. It's less than an inch long. But all that's changed now because of that one.
Patricia O'Dennell, the local girl who says she saw the statue of Mary driving a car through a field.
Patricia, what does the statue do?
It kisses me and tells me everything will be all right with Daddy.
2 days later, Spike D'Nabony claimed the statue had driven into his garage and asked for petrol.
I thought I heard her say very quietly, fill her up. So I did. She pulled a face. Went like this.
Villagers at the grotto started incorporating the face into their prayers. Amen. Many say they hear the sound of roaring engines or see puffs of smoke from the grotto exhaust pipe. The driving statue has also brought pennies from heaven. If you look for a doubt here, you won't find one here.
The proof for me is that they found a white plaster powder, and they're after sending it off for testing, and the results came back, and there's virgin DNA in the plaster.
No one takes it more seriously than Patricia's mother.
I gently suggested she might like to pray in the middle of the road, and that if she were to be killed by a car, then the chances of her going to heaven would be higher.
When you're kneeling in the road, do you think, I want a car to come and hit me?
Yes.
Kneeling girls, statues, driving cars. What's going on? 10 years ago, a man was arrested in the area for driving statues around in a car. Was it him?
Right, not you then.
He told us not. Could the priest explain it?
Well, I think it's unlikely it was a miracle, but the fact that the car has been driven on the right-hand side might indicate that she came from the Holy Land.
No.
The most likely explanation is that people are just seeing some blue light bouncing off a strut. But try telling that to these bog-brain Murphys. You'd have more chance of getting a blowjob from the Pope.
Well, just a moment to recap on the state of Britain. Your phone calls tonight have been described variously as rabid, pig-ignorant, and stultifyingly ill-informed. Thanks for those. Just want to go back to that exploded garage, because it could, of course, still be the scene of a late-night incident. Austin Tasseltine, will you stay there for us all night?
Yes, I will, yes.
Good man. And we leave you tonight with a question. As we approach the third millennium, have we really come to this? I'm afraid the answer is yes. Good night.
Dreadful. Shiny, spunky little cunt. Go away. To be stupid. I am proud to be stupid.
Tonight on Brass Eye, are we in a state of irreversible decline? What's the reason? What can be done about it? And if there is a solution, who on earth is going to put it into action?
Or is everything just great? Good evening. Now, this is the nerve centre of tonight's programme. To help paint a true picture of the state of Britain, we have live surveillance cameras out. One of them has a reporter stuck on the front. Austin Tasseltine. Austin, what are you doing?
I'm at a garage in the centre of Clapton in London, which is raided every 35 minutes, day and night. So we hope that during the next half hour or so, we may well see some action here this evening.
We certainly do. Now, just 5 minutes ago, we received these disturbing pictures from a camera in a playground. They show an apparently innocent-looking children's game, which is in fact an exchange of drugs. There they go. And if you think about it, those two children are extremely lucky not to have been killed to bits.
The State of Britain. 1996. What is the true state of Britain? Basking in rude health?
Or sick to the guts? It's the moral mometer, now reading less than 2 morals per head, due to massive value hemorrhage. Some would say Tish and Fipsy.